It's the 2nd of the 6th, 2022, and as has been seen from my Twitter account, there has been quite a serious exacerbatory offence occurred in Tralee, County Kerry in the southwest of Ireland. So at the moment, there's the issue of disturbances of the peace that are occurring, and there's the issue of the misinterpretations, the false assumptions, the miscalculated and misunderstood information that people are discerning incorrectly from without any proper communication. So I live on my own, and there are individuals in this community that have been absolutely vile in what they have been reporting. Not only have they been inaccurate, not only have they been not lawful, they have not acted within the law. They have exacerbated the damages done, bodily integrity damages done to an innocent child and mother for research and development purposes that were not consented to during and before and after COVID commenced. So the origins of COVID have been disrespected as well, and there are people taking credit for work that isn't theirs. Now, as I mentioned last night, there was a slip of paper put under my door apparently, and that's just not a feasible act with a woman in my position. As I've mentioned, I live on my own. I have a chair up to my door 24/7. There's been constant disruption and disturbance of the peace and constant slander by individuals that are trespassing on my property. Now, as I've mentioned, my property is very expensive, my child is very precious, and my work has been huge in society. So there's an issue with people being cheeky, breaking the law and thinking they're above the law. I'm concerned about their mental health, and I'm concerned about their children. The doctors that have been partaking in offences against my bodily integrity are at risk. Those that have disrespected the Hippocratic Oath and that have been monetising, unfortunately, are being put at risk by individuals that are intruding where they've no right to be. So the issue of people being a bit cheeky with a married property owner, a mother, a social reformer, all of these problems that are being caused are really dangerous. And people have already seen the casualties. Now, we all know that I'm owed however much of a huge debt from the state. That's exacerbated with every offence I experience unduly. So the issue of people even coming within proximity that have been of offences against my son and I and our land, those people are not within remit. Now, I don't know if people are understanding how dangerous it is for the doctors that have been of developments and research that have been monetizing and exploiting from me. People that have been false reporting and relaying inaccurate information are doing society a disservice and putting people's lives at risk. As I've mentioned, as an innocent, law-abiding citizen, as a person with a clean track record that's been slandered, it's not really safe for people to be defaming my name. So these are really obvious, repetitive points that I have to really restipulate every day, simply due to the breakdown in communication and the obstinance of very guilty culprits in this community refusing to take responsibility for their actions and their debts and their defamation. They're not safe offending a mother and child of a royal bloodline. Individuals that are trespassing onto my property, they're not safe. Doctors that have been exploiting and that have been of developments during, before and after COVID as a consequence of me and disrespecting my good name, they're all problems. The ombudsmen that have not conducted the procedures that I initiated in 2017 to facilitate the guilty culprits in this community, that's a problem. So people that think they're going to offend me and not having looked back from the lesson that we're to have learned with regard to respecting, the reparations that are due and seeing the casualties that have already happened, people not learning from the experience that has been occurring, I'm really concerned for you and your mental health if you're going to continue offending me. As a humanitarian that has been of positive developments for society, as a peaceful person, I'm really concerned about the people that would be causing disruption that owe me so much already. The guards that are aware that my child is a missing person, have you children of your own? And what would you be doing if it was your circumstances that were being affected as mine have been affected? I'm wondering if the guards empathized with what could happen if this exacerbates a child missing from a mother's care. That's not a good cause to be supporting. Exacerbating offences against an innocent mother, that's not a very healthy initiative. So these people are just the worst examples for good behaviour in civil society. There are obligations to my royal titles, and those disrespecting the royal bloodline of this country, of this democracy, are they're just poisoning society. Having disrespected my good name, my good work, and all that came from my qualifications of the University of Limerick. It's a disrespect to the University of Limerick. It's a disrespect to the Department of Education. These people haven't thought of, you know. So I'm really concerned for how people are disrespecting civil society, democracy, etc., and thinking that harming an innocent mother and child and my reputation while having experienced very dangerous adultery and very dangerous blasphemy. I'm really concerned about people supporting this initiative. So I hope the guards and the government are on the right side of the law, and I hope they're thinking of their own children in particular. With regard to all of this, I've experienced very dangerous offences that have to be compensated for. So I really hope people are thinking of their own children with regard to what I'm tolerating. I'd hate for people to put their children at risk causing me offence. The debts I'm owed are quite dangerous. So I hope the guards and the government are aware of their obligations.